Here is our 1974 BMW M20-Swapped 2002. We're going to do a walk around video. This is a very special car. It was built by Beamer Works, which was the predecessor to Autosport Works, home of Cal Parker, Mark Hutto, back in the 80s and 90s. One of the first premier BMW independent specialist repair shops in Colorado. And this was a project for them, and probably one of the first M20 swapped 2002s, at least in Colorado, that we know of. The exterior has been repainted. It was done with the swap. There's documentation for that. Repainted in the original Malaga color, and then to make it more like an E30, he actually painted the bumpers. So big bumper car, 2002's got the semi paint matched bumpers, which kind of lends the air of an E30. Try to keep my shadow out of the shot. And then moving in closer, you can see kind of the typical rock chips that you get with a Colorado car. Nothing terrible, just indicative of like light use after it's been painted. Here along the leading edge, or I guess it'd be the upper part of the valence. There's a few more down here you can see on the lower valence. It's mostly been protected and also hidden by the front bumper, the big bumper, and then there's a few more along the hood. So minimal compared to most 2002s and most Colorado cars, but a little bit of rock chipping. There's a scratch here along this left hood line, and then you can see where at some point maybe somebody got a little too aggressive with the bumper, and there's this line along this cut line here is a little bit lighter, and there's some touch-up paint there. Windshield has what I'd say, probably moderate pitting. There's a few chips, one of which is here. Try to put that in the sun. There's another smaller one there. But then kind of going along the glass, you can see, what I'd call moderate pitting. Moving along the roof. Sunroof car. Believe it or not, this sunroof's one of the drier ones. If we think what we have is a good sunroof car, we'll do the car wash test. And very minimal water drainage in there, and it's also relatively quiet for a sunroof 2002. Another touch-up spot right there, but nothing glaring here on the roof. I'll move along the driver's side since it's in the light, and then I'll flip it around so the passenger side's in the light. Here's our front marker. We got the Malaga steel wheels with wheel studs, so the hubcaps actually don't fit due to the length of the rear wheel studs. They would need to be cut, so that's why these are naked. Coming along the driver's side windows. Look at the door seal real quick. Mirror. Belt line trim and door handle. Some scratching here on the inside of the door handle pull pocket. And then here's the lower door and the rocker. So none of the typical 2002 rust bubbles you see. Hofmeister kink. rear wheel. So the rear wheel actually has larger wheel studs than the front wheel does. And that's why we can't fit the hubcaps. You could put smaller studs in there if you like. And then coming back to the driver's side rear quarter. So what I'll do is pull it around so it's nosed in, get the rear side and the passenger side in the sunlight. We'll do a couple flyovers of those. In the sun, do have a bit of a flyover here. All right, working our way back to front. Trunk lid's very nice, just some very light swirls and just very minor imperfections there in the paint. Coming back to the rear tail lights. And then the rear bumper itself. Again, painting these definitely gives it a more of a modern look, almost like a plastic bumper E30, and with the rear bumper trim here being intact, it kind of connects the bumper more so in the back than the front does. Coming down here below the bumper, then we'll work from the back forward. Rear window glass. Here's the right rear quarter. Right rear wheel. Door handle, passenger side door handle, much fewer scratches there from opening and closing than the driver's side. Come down to the belt line. A few small indentations here, just forward of the passenger door, and then the rocker panels. Moving forward, right front passenger side wheel, right front marker, turn signal, and then that bumper trim. I don't know if I got the roof. Here's the roof. Here's the roof from the passenger side. So there you go. Nice sunny day in Colorado. I'm wearing a t-shirt in February. 60 degrees today. Supposed to snow 6 inches tomorrow.